Hey guys, welcome back to Not So Popular Opinion. I try not to focus on one individual in my videos, but every time I step away, this individual keeps pulling me back in with more ridiculous takes. Her name is J-Bay Official, and she's at it again. Let's check this out.
My ordeal at SeaTac Airport will shock you. This experience I'm about to share with you is yet another example of why employee sensitivity training, a demand outlined in the plus-size travel petition, is desperately needed. I'm a plus-size wheelchair user, and on a recent flight to the SeaTac Airport, I requested wheelchair assistance, as I always do. When it came time for me to deplane, I saw the employee who would be assisting me with my wheelchair waiting for me in the entry of the jet bridge. As I approached her and she realized she'd be assisting me and not one of the smaller passengers, she started to walk away with the wheelchair while making comments about my size. Even when I told her I really needed the chair and needed her to let me sit down in it, she blatantly ignored me and kept walking. I was then forced to walk up one of the longest jet bridges I've encountered, and she didn't stop. By the time she let me reach the wheelchair and sit down, my lips were white. My oxygen levels had dropped and I almost fainted. This was my first time flying without oxygen. This woman just assumed I could walk and would rather me do that, instead of her having to push someone my size up the jet bridge. All the other attendants wheeled their passengers up the jet bridge, but my needs were disregarded. This is discrimination. Nobody should be treated this way. Share your story at change.org/size travel.
I don't know if she's trolling or not, or just ignorant as hell, but clearly you were walking in this video. You were walking all the way to the back of the damn plane, or should I say waddling all the way to the back of the damn plane. So you didn't need that wheelchair. You didn't need to sit down. And I would have saw you and made a comment about your weight and walked away too. Cause I'm not about to push you by myself anywhere. I don't think it is safe for anyone to have to push you anywhere. And that's just being real. You are a behemoth. You have to turn sideways to walk down the aisle on the plane and slap every seat front and back on your way down. Ridiculous. Now she's saying that she was forced to walk up a jet bridge. Do you know what that means? That she was going at an incline. Do you really expect a human being to push 500 to 600 pounds up an incline? Hell no. This is not a strongman competition. Get your fat ass up and walk up that incline. What, it's the airline's fault that the jet bridges are long? It is the airline's fault, or the airline employees' fault that you created this issue for yourself? And what do you want them to risk injury pushing you upwards, up a hill, up an incline? For what? So you don't have to walk because you too damn lazy? Or it's too difficult for you to walk, so you think it won't be too difficult for them to push you upwards? Like I said, this lady has to be trolling with all this, right? It's got to be some kind of joke. Hell, we all assume you can walk. Whether it be barely or not, we see you doing it on TikTok videos. We also see you using oxygen tanks, so you not using that oxygen tank was clearly your fault. But you're meaning to tell us that you damn near died because you were forced to walk 10-20 feet? You ran out of oxygen and almost passed on because you were forced to walk 10 to 20 feet. And that is not a sign, that is not a wake up call that you are living dangerously, and every issue that you are having is the fault of your own. Yes, she assumed you could walk. Yes, she would rather not have to push your big ass up that jet bridge. And I don't blame her. When it comes down to it, if I find out this lady was fired because of this, I don't even believe in GoFundMe's. I will start one and deposit money myself to make sure she is taken care of, because you damn sure weren't trying to make sure she was taken care of. You was worried about your fat ass because you refused to do the right thing. So you would rather risk injuring someone than walk 10 to 20 feet. What is this world coming to? And don't your lips turn blue when you run out of oxygen? I have never heard of your lips turning white. Maybe you were dehydrated. That's what that sounds like. Sounds like you were dehydrated somehow from walking 10 to 20 feet. If you stop drinking so much soda and so much juice and so much any and everything you can intake with nothing but sugar in it, you wouldn't be so dehydrated so quickly for your lips to turn white. Because that's not what happens when you run out of oxygen. If anybody is foolish enough to share their story like she is suggesting, I will laugh at your ass, and I hope everybody else that sees it will laugh at you because you're a fucking moron. This woman smiles and waves as she is sandwiched in between those seats. This woman touches the back of the seat in front of her. There ain't shit to smile about. There is nothing to smile about. When they were pushing that wheelchair down the jet bridge, they were narrowly able to get past that other chair that was folded on the side. This lady is too damn big, and she knows it, and you know it. This is scary. And somehow she is blaming the employee for not wanting to destroy their back by pushing her immobile ass anywhere. Man, please, you can go somewhere with that bull. Let's check out some of these comments. First commenter here, who is big, or I don't know, bigger than the woman J-Bay somehow. Of course, she starts with the "I'm so sorry, friend." Sorry for what? That she ate herself into this position and nobody wants to or should have to deal with this bull at work? I don't want to get injured at work dealing with this monstrosity, so I won't be able to provide for my family because she refuses to do what's right for herself. Man, please, don't feel sorry for her. If you were just like her, nobody should feel sorry for you either. This comment here says, "That's so upsetting. I'm so sorry. These people are pathetic. There's nothing to feel sorry about. This woman is not discriminated against in any way. She has done this to herself. No person in their right mind should expect somebody to injure themselves trying to help somebody else who refuses to help themselves. That is bad that y'all believe that you should feel bad for her. That's the upsetting part." Of course, we have another moron. "I'm so sorry that happened to you. She definitely needs more training." Shake my head. What, physical training? I'm pretty sure the employee was not a strong man. It would take 2 to 3 people to safely push this woman. And clearly there were other more needy passengers of a normal body size that needed assistance that definitely deserved it more than she did. Because I'm pretty sure they were either elderly or actually, in some kind of physical condition that they didn't put themselves in by overeating and destroying their own bodies. So no, they don't need more training. She needs to hit the gym and lay off the damn nasty ass fatty foods that she's eating. The sugary treats and all the mukbangs that she, does on a daily basis. That's what she needs to do. She needs more training. Training and, self-discipline. Come in here, says, how the fuck you make it from your bed to the airport if 20 yards is too much? For real. Seriously. This person here says a forklift came and got her from bed. Yeah, man. How she taking all these damn trips? All the time. That's all this woman does is travel, but she can barely make it 20 yards without passing over. Without falling out, without her lips supposedly, turning white or blue from lack of oxygen. Doesn't make sense. It's coming here, it says, why should someone injure themselves for you? Obesity is a choice. Yes, it is. She made the choice to be obese, and she is continuously making that choice to become even fatter and expecting someone else to destroy their own lives, put their own health and welfare at risk for her. Man, please. I wouldn't expect anybody working for me or with me to risk themselves for her. Guy here says, let me get this straight. You post tons of videos of you walking on the beach and other sorts, yet you can't walk downhill on a jet bridge. It must be a fun vacation. Bruh, I'm telling you, she is a liar. She is a fraud, man. She is pathetic. And the people that buy into this nonsense are just as pathetic. If she is unable to walk up or down a jet bridge, how she put it, what could she possibly be doing on all these trips to have any kind of fun? Because I've been on vacation. It annoys the hell out of me when the people with me just want to just sit there and do nothing. What did I pay all this money for? I could have sat at home and done nothing. So if she can't walk or get around without a wheelchair, oxygen tank, or somebody assisting her, what kind of fun is she having, and what kind of fun are they having to assist her constantly? Because of the choices she made. Person here says, I feel like a less selfish way of looking at this would be to get mad at the airport didn't have two people available to push you for employee safety reasons. One person shouldn't be forced to risk injury. No, two people shouldn't be forced to risk injury. If you are so big that two people need to push you, to hell with your assistance. Plain and simple. I should not have to give up two people to push you because one person pushing you is a health risk. No, that come on. I get you trying to be nice, but tell this bitch the truth. You too fucking fat. You are too damn big. Two people help. Man, please. I look like. Could you imagine looking at that in the airport? Person so big in a wheelchair that two people have to push them? Last comment here says, discrimination is based off of race, religion, and or sex. It's not based off of your weight or the fact that you couldn't stop eating. This is not shocking. This is just sad on your part. It is very true, my guy. That is what discrimination is based on, because those are things that cannot be changed. Those are things that people are actually discriminated against based on. You could put down the fork or spoon at any time. You could choose to not be fat, yes, and it is possible to choose to not be fat or overweight or obese. This is something you're doing to yourself. The person discriminating against you is looking you right in the damn mirror. But this fool has the nerve to respond to this in this manner. Enough with society's selective hearing and blind eye towards fat people and their experiences. We're here, we matter, and we won't be silenced any longer. It's time to turn up the volume and demand change. I'm not backing down until every injustice is acknowledged and addressed. And this fat, lazy, sorry motherfucker got the nerve to respond to this while riding in a damn scooter through a grocery store. I am not making this up.
I saw this ridiculous comment claiming discrimination is only about race, religion, or sex, not weight. Seriously, let's set the record straight about weight-based discrimination. Discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people, especially on the grounds of ethnicity, age, sex, disability, and, or, wait for it, weight. Weight-based discrimination, or weight stigma, is the discriminatory treatment of people based on their size and weight. It can lead to exclusion, marginalization, and inequities. Newsflash: weight isn't just about eating habits. Genetics, metabolism, mental health, and money play big roles. Blaming it all on overeating, that's ignorant. FYI, some states and cities actually have laws against weight-based discrimination. There are also advocacy groups out there fighting for more protections. Weight-based discrimination often intersects with other biases. Imagine being judged for your race and weight at the same time. It amplifies the impact and makes life even harder for those already facing multiple forms of discrimination. Weight-based discrimination is real and harmful. So instead of spreading misinformation, educate yourself. Google is free, and remember, ignorance isn't bliss, it's just lazy.
This is what we've come to where people like this get online and think that they are actually discriminated against, and think they are making valid points while they complain about not being able to walk and they need all the assistance in the world, while they can't put the fork and spoon down when we see her on a video on her channel mukbanging. But then wants everybody else to get training to be sensitive towards her needs because she needs us. Well, bitch, we need you to help us. We need you to get your life in order, because no way in hell I'm risking my safety for yours. Especially when you refuse to do step number one and accept that you have a problem and that the problem is not everybody else. Then to not have the common sense to realize that responding while riding in a fucking mobility scooter just because you are 800 pounds is not helping. Is it, bro? It is not helping your cause at all. It is only making you look even worse. It is making you look as stupid as humanly possible in this instance. And you don't seem to get that. How could you not understand that? This is sad and pathetic. This is the new clown of fat acceptance. I don't even root for y'all to succeed in y'all nonsense, but if y'all want to get anywhere with this so-called movement, because y'all don't move, y'all need to kick her out, because she is bringing the whole thing down. She really is. She is making y'all look very stupid. She is making this whole thing look like a joke. Oh man, she is so pathetic. And I hope everything that she's asking for, I hope everything that she's looking for gets shut down, because she don't deserve it, and nobody in this group deserves it, because y'all not getting discriminated against by anybody in society. You cannot point the finger at the world when you're doing it to yourselves, and then come online like this. This is the same as women that have an OnlyFans talking about, please don't judge me, or please don't, sexualize me. How could I possibly be doing something that you're already doing to yourself? You over-sexualizing yourself, just like these people are eating themselves to an early grave and trying to blame everybody else for it. Wake up before it's too late. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, and checking out another episode of Not So Popular Opinion. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.